I think cocaine.
Keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me.
Try not to curse.
Balls keep telling me to let me just
why not?
Let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a
we're back.
My thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me fuck all that shit, just let me go.
And broadcasting live from the Earth. This is the most badass YouTube broadcast in all of Lone Land. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Tommy C. This is Shot from the Point. My point man today is Doctor.
What up?
Listen, fuckhead.
And one of our guys in the news team, Kowalski.
Hello.
Kairu, actually. I was going to write your... yeah, so it's kind of a news team thing. Here's the deal. We're going to go... I've been exhausted since that fucking stream on Sunday. I mean, it's completely insane. I cursed, didn't I? There you go.
You're supposed to let me know.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, that's demonetization.
Well, yeah, Boogie got it for somebody else saying it. So
He
why
said
not?
one F word.
One F word. One F word.
We have to say frick.
Yeah. Nothing on HBO ever gets monetized. Do they even have HBO anymore in the States? I don't even know.
Yeah, that's where that new Michael Jackson documentary that everybody's talking about is on.
Yeah, he got Me Too'd. I like when guys get Me Too'd after death. It's funny to me. By the way, the Tip Stirred shirt. Buy it! Buy it. And we also have new emojis if you become a Shot from the Point member. Like bomb emojis and stuff.
We got the new nuke emoji and the popcorn Nick.
Yeah, we got popcorn Nick and nuke emoji if you're interested. Illuminati with the check mark, baby. I feel very... I'm just going to take responsibility for all her success. You owe me everything. I'm going to be like Keemstar. You would have nothing. Nothing if it wasn't for me. Nothing. I'd buy it, but I'm afraid
all
to give
100,000 subscribers, they belong to you, Tommy.
All right, here's the deal. There isn't a hell of a lot going on. I've received a ton of questions and things of that nature. If you guys want to talk about it, but otherwise, I don't care if it's love phones or anything else. Whatever you want to talk about, it's entirely up to you. You're more than welcome to do it. And yeah. I played Tron Legacy today. The game, it doesn't have, was it 19820 by 1080? It doesn't have 1080 fucking
support.
No.
Well, it was a 360 game, so
yeah,
it was an early 360 game.
Yeah, I know. Why did I buy it? I should have bought it on the Xbox, actually, if that was the case, because it's a controller game. I shouldn't have got it for...
Well, you might have it. I think it's on either the Game Pass for free or...
Yeah, I probably already have. I gotta get rid of that Game Pass. I never use it. I gotta cancel that. I think I've used it once to play Halo with gamer Jay Lee. That was a disaster.
But I think you can use it on your PC too. Yeah. The Game Pass. You get all those games on your computer.
Yeah, it's all right.
Well.
I don't know if it was definitely a Game Pass game. It wasn't a go through it. Mexico goes, why won't you care about the kids, Tommy? Wake up in time for school. I just can't bring myself to do it. There you go. I can't bring. I feel like those kids are dealing drugs. Yeah, and they got caught. That's how I feel. I just, those poor drug dealers in high school. Somebody got them into doing that, and now they're in big trouble. I feel the same way. Anybody over the age of 14, now younger than that, there's something fucking seriously wrong. But that wasn't the case. What's wrong with drugs? Good question. I don't know. Other people don't like. I don't care about that either. I don't care about that. Like people, adults, especially my age, and I started watching this. I started watching this when I was in my 30s, where a lot of my Gen X friends that had kids, people I, saw doing coke off a bathroom floor, or some chick is making out with another chick and taking off her shirt and grabbing her tits. They became motherly in their 30s. and they turned into everybody we hated as kids, telling everybody how to live. And I'm not getting my son Fortnite. I don't want to teach him to shoot people. Like, dude, I saw you do coke. Like, shut the fuck up. Seriously.
Yeah.
You know, shut up.
They all become, can I speak to the manager, Karen?
Think about when you were in high school. Did you give a fuck? Oh, shit, Susie's selling her fucking nudes. I bet she made a lot of money. She got big old titties. You know? But, no.
See, it wasn't really much about selling the nudes back then. It was just about the nudes getting passed around the school.
Yes. If you want to know more about this, Nick killed it.
Nick did kill it.
Absolutely out of the park. I think Blowback said he did a better job than me, and I can't disagree with him. He's actually 100% correct. He did way better than I could have ever hoped to on this thing. Let's. You want to read Blowback's comments on there?
Let's do it.
It just gets funnier. And don't worry, this is the last thing we're going to do on this. Like I said, if you want to take the show into a different direction, I just want to stream and be with y'all and hang out with y'all and stuff like that. And all that stuff. $10, Larry Banks. Off the topic, do you think VPNs like Norton Express will work? Will these companies give information for the right price? Anyways, love your show. I would have said no 10 years ago. I think everybody's information's up for grabs until the government kind of sorts it out. And it seems like when the government sorts stuff like that out, they make it worse. You know?
Yeah.
This is fucking funny. I'm really interested in your insight, Kowalski, on this one. Of course, in Nick's video, which is called The Unbelievable True Story of Instagram Wake Up, or Wake Up Instagram, I don't fucking know. I'm not upset that Tommy, quote, Tommy was right, LOL. No, I was wrong about everything. Besides that, good video. This guy gets utterly trashed in every way, every way possible. Which is, and at the end of the video, Nick clearly states they haven't learned a thing. A thing. Not a thing. They haven't learned a fucking thing. They're still thinking in terms of YouTube. Any normal person would have deleted that stream. No. Well, it's a good video, though. I'm a neutral person. I can see the fact that I'm getting completely embarrassed, humiliated, and trashed, and my reputation is permanently going down the hole. But I see the subtlety. I see the nuance. I see that Nick put a lot of time into this, executed it correctly, and it was successful. Therefore, good video. So I commented back, glad you like it. And then he goes, better than anything you had ever done. And I said,
ooh, sick burn.
Yeah, but here's what I wrote back. I thought mine was better. Still looking at it in terms of YouTube, eh? LOL. I was wrong about you. Yes. That's the whole problem. It was looked in terms of YouTube, as if outside of this realm, nothing else exists. I was wrong about you, too. I thought you cared about these girls. When'd you get that impression? When I opened up my speech on the 5-hour stream saying I don't care. I don't care that much. It wasn't that big a deal. It wasn't even a pedo ring if you really think about it. It wasn't.
It wasn't, yeah.
It was girls selling their pictures illegally. That's not a pedo ring. It's not even close. You know,
well, with them handling it, I mean, that's what I would expect.
I mean, if you listen to Bobax's entire phone call, it's he's basically playing bad person with me. Like, he's fucked this up beyond. Everybody involved in this is shown a real lack of judgment or just greed, and the entire call is like, no, you, I didn't do a thing. I just laughed at it.
Sounded like a fucking kindergarten argument.
If you hadn't pointed out just how fucking stupid everybody was, everybody would have been. Oh no, the evidence still would have got deleted. I'm sorry. You know who's having the biggest laugh? The girls selling their pictures. Wow, what a bunch of morons. Everybody says we're a bunch of stupid thoughts in high school. These guys are stupider than we are.
We're making money on it.
You know, now those kids that were selling their pictures, they don't need that account that they were doing it on. They can just set up another account.
Yeah, why not? Oh yeah, and they bet they have.
Got the contacts.
Yeah, they got the contacts. Yeah, their life's going to be wonderful too. Yeah. It'll actually be a lot worse than blowbacks when it's all said and done. But for now, it's on all those idiots. I thought you cared about these girls, but it's clear to me all you wanted was beef. I didn't crack 10,000 views with that beef. I knew it wasn't going anywhere. It's fucking fascinating. It wasn't, and you know what? If Nick did anything, thank God Keem didn't report this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of got nipped in the bud.
It's like I was saying the other day. Thank God it didn't get picked up mainstream because they think the pressure's hard now. If this was mainstream, they would have been fucking folding.
A flash. By the way, the NCO was pissed off about it before I was. So it wasn't just me. It's anybody to think sensibly. Some YouTubers to make a flashy thumbnail in 5 hours monetized stream. That's right. I do this for a living. That's right. And I can't imagine if something happened like this to Howard Stern that he wouldn't run a few ads, goofing on a bunch of morons, which he's done many times before. I feel so horrible about that. You know?
Yeah. So bad.
These poor girls. Yeah, it would have been better if I just sat here and go, these poor girls, we can never catch them now. We can never help them. Yeah. You even said in the stream you didn't give a shit about the girls. Well, why did you think I cared? That's your first sentence. All you cared about is staying friendly. Also, I thought you cared about staying friendly with me. I'm not friendly with you. I don't hate you. I'm not friendly because I am no longer putting my trust into people that say they're neutral. Because it's just a chance to jump on whatever bandwagon. It's kind of like blocking and unblocking Nick and then DMing Nick and then blocking Nick and then unblocking Nick. Yeah, I don't deal with people like that anymore. Because it's all about YouTube. Also, I thought you cared about staying friendly with me, but I was wrong about that too. No, I didn't care. I guess I saw you as a threat, to be perfectly honest with you. Not only to this platform, but me and my show. So I took care of that, didn't I? Now the comments get
really fun.
Yeah. Cow pun fun. This text reads like a what it is. Blowbacks, if you cared about the girls, you could have contacted the local police department, not Andy Worski. Blowbacks, dude, just stop it. You're not making this any better. Josh Patrick is my favorite commenter. He might be. You act like you're not upset, but it's clear you are. Take the L, you lost. Everybody lost. Except me and Nick. I watched so many hours of this train wreck. All I can say is that you're an idiot that never cared about doing the right thing and only cared about making a name for yourself. That's kind of my point. Good job. A bunch of scum can walk away clean. Could be honeypot. Look at the bright side. They put themselves out there to sell porn. It's their fault this happened, but you made it worse. No peds. That's what I'm going to start calling them. Were arrested. You know what happened. Anyone that know those who knew those girls, I think that's what I was trying to say, girls are going to expose you, probably ruin their lives because you guys rushed the story. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. I think
that's a little bit of a reach.
It's a little bit of a reach. I mean, it's possible. I mean, it's a reach, but it's not like impossible. I don't get why Nick's video is blowing up yet. This is show more replies. There's more than that. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Big E. I still don't I still don't think you realize the gravity of the situation. Let me be very simple for you. You and this group let the pedos get away. It possibly broke international law. Whatever that is. I'm not so sure about that. If I had one criticism of Nick's video, it would have been international law. The fuck? And probably. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
I think they broke every law that every country they were in, depending what country they were in. Believe me, I'm sure they did. I don't think they'll be prosecuted because I don't know. I think it's probably just too complicated at this point, and district attorney. Look, it's just like Leo Lester says to us. Like district attorneys go after stuff or prioritize stuff based on, is it going to help them? If they don't do anything, it's going to hurt them. That's it. That's our legal system, ladies and gentlemen, and I can't imagine it's much different in the U-fucking-K. I can't. I'm sure it's the same way. Cops got to eat. Cops got to get promoted. Cops got to have a side chick. Cops got to get
make
a donut.
that quota.
Yeah. And this story to Andy, I deleted my Snapchat because of accusations. Worry. No, it was taken down before anybody knew about the Snapchat. It magically disappeared. Get that right, Big E. Stop being so irresponsible. Andy's Snapchat was flagged down just when he needed to prove the bullshit the most. Get that right, Big E. Yes, Tommy was right. And you're still dead wrong. You and the Scooby Gang have yet to really comprehend the damage.
The Scooby Gang.
That guy's a thief. He took
at least the Scooby Gang can figure out the mystery.
Again, my involvement is being exaggerated. I don't think it is. I think that the shit you're taking is probably a little over the top, but yeah, just welcome to the internet. I think it is. You promoted it. You were involved. Fucking Twoon said you were involved. I didn't hear that. We don't think we played that clip. Are you going to take some responsibility for this, Twoon? You were in on it too, stupid. I trusted my friends that they had the legality of it handled. We call the cops, you moron. Yeah, throw them under the bus. You know what? I was absolutely sure they didn't have it handled. They didn't and promoted it. Oops. I'm fine with taking responsibility for my part, but I'm not a fan of the huge blame shift. I'd much rather be in Tommy C. Oh, whoops. No, he didn't write that. That was placed on to me. This is what happens when you fuck up. I'll take it, though, because I don't want to implicate my friends. Even though it fucking sucks to have the response. It doesn't sound like you took responsibility for it. It sounds like, take responsibility. Yeah, everybody in this crowd is like, I didn't do it. See, this is my evidence. I said I didn't do it in a tweet. I took responsibility there because I said it. What did you do other than say it?
I'm reading this last line of his comment. It just doesn't process.
No, and that's it. That's all I have to say about him. It's perfectly stupid. Watermelon, whatever your name is. What's up? What's on your mind?
Hi, I have a question.
Yes.
What is your opinion on Hushivashva?
I don't know what the fuck that is.
What?
Hushivashva?
Yes. I'm gonna blow you up.
Aren't you doing the wake up Instagram Q&A thing?
Yes, but what are you talking about? Obviously, I'm not familiar with this angle of it, and I doubt that it is one. What?
You didn't know what happened?
Oh God, get the fuck out of here! I'm not.
Wait.
Well, get to the fucking point. You're pissing me off.
𝔻𝕣𝕊𝕙𝕒𝕣𝕬𝕐.
What? Oh.
Do you know anyone with the last name?
All right, maybe we won't take calls today.
What was he saying?
Hushivashavash.
I don't know. He's trying to impress like both of his fucking friends on Discord. Yeah, Mike Spence would see that new blow up thing. Cover Tommy's being retried. Was he really? My God!
Wait.
I cover that right now. Let me get a little insight. Was he really?
I got you a link from BBC.
Tommy wrote new contempt hearing. This guy fucking set up the BBC, right? They set up this reporter that was trying to get a woman to make a fucking Me Too him. Set it up. Like WWE, making it work, right? He exposed that. He exposed the guy was a complete elitist. He called a working class white guy in the newsroom. So he compared it to eating with a cannibal, right? And he also said that he has a lot in common. This guy Sweeney, this reporter Sweeney, He also said that Tommy Robinson and I have a lot in common because we both have shit Irish backgrounds. Robinson's real name is Stephen Lennon. Within the next week, he exposed that, completely made a jackass of how biased the BBC is. He lost his Instagram, he lost his Facebook, and now he's being recharged with this bogus crime.
Jesus.
Talk about the government trying to silence you. Tommy Robinson, Count Dankula. There's a real fucking problem here. Sorry, Joe Rogan. I think there's something worse going on than a few conservatives getting banned. I think the left is in full cult mode in the Western world. And there is insurmountable evidence that leftists are really just a bunch of crazy McCarthyites willing to suppress anybody who disagree with them because they rationalize disagreement as being aligned with Nazism. That's what I think. And they will do anything and any underhanded thing. I'm watching the whole thing with this witch hunt with Trump. They have nothing on Russia 2 years straight. Millions of dollars. Nothing. It's all about power. Powering the left, which is moving further and further to Marxism. Fuck socialism. Democratic Party in the United States are just a bunch of Marxists. Eat it. I know, like, well, no, and you're going to get me in this fucking no Scotsman fallacy argument about what a liberal is and what a socialist is and what a communist is. No, you're a bunch of left-wing wackos. Call yourself whatever you see fit. You're a bunch of dangerous wackos. There's the Rush Limbaugh part of the segment. So there you go. That's my opinion on Tommy Robinson. Covered. Unbelievable. And then you watch all your lefty friends that are pro-free speech making 20,000 excuses why this is happening. And then when you really pin them down, it's because they want it to happen. They don't care about the authoritarianism unless it goes their way. We have a caller in the chat. They're kind enough to unmute. Vire or Wire, we're on here. What's up?
I wanted to talk about the stream the other day. I was going to call in then, but I had a really bad cold. It's about the guy who called into the other show, and he was talking about that. I don't know what is that encryption thing. Right?
What is that? I don't know. I didn't say one thing on another on that. Let me get that out right away. I don't know what. No.
It's not that. I was just gonna say what he was talking about. Technically, is correct that they do have that, and they were discussing whether they could actually Mega can actually see that or not. They probably can.
They probably could.
You don't know.
Yeah, I wonder about that.
You don't know what these websites are up to.
But if it's legitimate two-way encryption and they don't have the key once the link is issued, then in theory they couldn't.
What I'm saying is, websites can have access to anything. We could know about it, or not know about it.
Yeah. I could buy that.
Could very well take that to the police or whoever they want to report it to. But it's whether they can do that from whether a moral standpoint, which is you would take that to the police, or from a legal standpoint, they're not allowed to actually look at people's files.
Yeah.
From what Mega says on the website, they have no access to it. From what Mega says.
If they're lying, it's fraud.
If they're lying,
what Zuckerberg says and what Zuckerberg does isn't really the same thing.
Yeah. You're saying you don't believe it, but you don't. But you're also saying what Sweeney was it John Swan, right? What John Swan said was accurate as far as the tech is concerned. I do know a little about keys encryption from being in the military, and I do know what two-way encryption is when it comes to radios.
Yeah.
And I imagine it works much the same way. It made sense to me, but I'm not the tech expert. But I can put an arcade one up together with a Raspberry Pi. Did you see this right behind me?
Oh yeah, by the way, this is a bit of an off-topic question, but your arcade machine in the background, is that just a thing running MAME, or is that it has
it's an actual image? Thank you for asking this. I'm so excited to answer this question.
I love arcade stuff.
God.
I don't own anything myself.
I'm so excited. You have just made my fucking
You just
week.
made Tommy's day.
Hell yeah.
Okay. What you're seeing behind you is a new company that just started about a year ago called Arcade 1UP. All right. Mm-hmm. And they make these like floor-foot cabinets, right, that are somewhat replicas of the original cabinets. Okay.
Yeah.
What I did, to make it short, I stripped everything out of there, and I got a single board computer referred to as a Raspberry Pi, and in some cases, the faster. Okay, they're familiar with that. And then I have for the Quake behind me. I have an 𝕻𝕧𝕒𝕣𝕧𝕒𝕣. I think that's what it's called. It's a little faster. Mm-hmm. And what was happening? It's actually what you're seeing right there is the actual operating system. Through RetroArch. And what happens is you take the image, like you would take a Windows 95, 2000 image, and you put the image on an SD card, because that's what the Raspberry Pis and the old boys read. And once the image is settled in there, it literally boots up like Windows would. And then that's the screensaver. And when I do this is you probably have to watch it later, but that's the GUI. Then you just go, you pick your games and stuff. And so it is a dedicated arcade machine. It's not running on Windows. And from what I understand,
it's running on its own little like operating system.
It's its own. RetroArch, I think, is the operating system.
People put like Nintendo 64 emulators on them, and they'll have their own little operating system.
Yes, I have. The one above me, I have Nintendo 64 running in that one. It runs decent. And as the computers get better.
What Pi do you have? Because I was going
3.
Because
Three.
I collect like old consoles and stuff, but like I was gonna get a Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
I didn't know whether to, because I don't know if you've ever heard a guy called Nintendo. He made a Nintendo 64 mini console, because they were bringing out the SNES Mini and stuff.
That's the N64 Pi you were talking about. Tom.
No, that's an N64 old boy 𝕻𝕧𝕒𝕣𝕧.
Mm-hmm.
You just get the case, and it looks like the case, and you snap an 𝕻𝕧𝕒 in there, and the case actually.
Does it run well on a Pi? Because I looked it up.
What do you want to play? What do you want to play?
It's stupid cheap.
What do you want to play? What's your priority? I'll help you right now.
I don't know. Like nothing better than.
No. Give me a game. What game do you absolutely have to play on your Pi?
Banjo-Kazooie Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Okay, all right. Fuck Pi. You're gonna have to go a little faster. You have 2 options. Some of them they run pretty well. Nintendo 64 runs because once you get into polygons, it's really these things run hot. Okay. Old boys would be a better choice for Nintendo 64. Not everything's going to run perfectly, no matter what image you choose. Okay, because it really depends on the emulator.
Well, unless you have a real thing, nothing's ever going to work.
But I have another option for you. There's another option. There's PC emulation too, where you can install an operating system on the PC. I do that will run smooth as ice. That will run smooth as ice. I haven't done that yet. I haven't gotten into that yet, because you got to drop like $300-400, for the PC. You get a small PC. It's got a decent graphics card. Then you can run anything the emulators can run with. What they do is RetroPie is a combination of all the emulators over the last 20, 30 years, right? Running RetroArch, right? Which is a thing that organizes all your thing, and they turn that into your operating system. Yeah. There you go. So I would recommend PC for perfect emulate or near perfect emulation, or an 𝕻𝕧𝕒𝕣𝕧 if you want to do 𝕻𝕧𝕒𝕣𝕧 if you want to do it cheap. Do not do the Pi. The Pi handles arcades in 80s and early 90s. Anything past the 16-bit era, Raspberry Pi is going to have trouble with it, especially when there's polygons involved.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Cheers.
There you go. There you go. And by the way, I stripped everything out. I drilled those 2 holes. I got LED lights, and I actually put new sticks in there. I stretched out the spring and the joysticks to make it tighter, and I watched a lot of videos. Larry, thanks so much.
Just curious, how much do you think you spent on that?
I don't know, and I don't want to say it because my wife's up. Talk to you later, buddy. Have a good day. Bye.
All right.
I kind of lost track. It was about $300 at one point. It went well over. Do you think, with all the censorship that's happening to people like 𝔻𝕬𝕊𝕬𝕬𝕬 would best case be violence? Because I'm seeing the UK and the EU doesn't seem to care about free speech. I don't know if it's certainly it's
violence isn't.
It's never the best case, but it might be a result. I think that's fair to say. I mean, Tim Pool says it all the time.
Yeah, it's going to happen if people get pissed.
Look, I don't think I'm being conspiracy theories. The ground is being laid for a civil war, and not just an American one, a Western one, over ideology. All the ground. Now, will that happen? God, I hope not. But if you look throughout history and what causes wars, especially in Europe, it's oppression. And especially in the United States, where the reason the First Amendment's first is because that's the most important one. Because if you don't have that one, the other ones don't matter. Yeah. So, So, really, no, the groundwork's been laid. And also, the left does things that they wouldn't 20 years ago. I don't think Dan, even with the law in place, I don't think Dankula gets picked up for that 20 years ago. They will go the extra route. The other thing is our corporations have been, especially in human resources, they treat their left-wing ideology like a religion. And the religion, the religious, screw people that, like the Scientology attitude, fair game idea, people that, disagree with us, we screw them, we ruin them. That's in the mainstream of the Labor Party, the Democratic Party, and left-leaning parties all over Europe. So, yeah, they're asking for it. And I tell you what, if they start putting people in jail for dead naming, it might be the right answer. How about that? Don't want to see it happen. It might be the right answer because it only gets worse from there. You might as well pick them off while you can. Do it old IRA style. Speedy Bird, welcome. Enjoy your emote. Yes, at that point, yeah. I have a revolutionary background. I'm of Irish descent. And you know how they got their freedom? They walked into English people's houses with power, and they shot them in front of their wives. And their wives gave me any shit, they shot them too. And then they got their country back after Civil War. That's what it takes. You know what we did to make America run by Americans? We killed a lot of people. A lot of people, probably innocent people too. Gotten away. So yeah, if it keeps going this way, especially if you listen to the language of Ocasio Cortez, I'm the boss, I am in charge. If you don't do what I tell you, the world's gonna end. Yeah. Because people that think like that, there's only one thing that can be done. Because they're fascist. So if that's the way they want to go, then I think that will be the natural result. But don't think for a minute the bad guys win all the time. So, yeah, there you go. You had to look up dead naming. Yeah. They tried to hit up the guy that hated Dankula, Glinner, the guy who made that. What was that stupid show, Father Ted? I hate that show. Kairu, you're fucking.
I'm American.
Yeah, I know. I hate that show, Father Ted. I think it's a bunch of fucking anti-Catholic horseshit. Written by an English. The guy, an Englishman of Irish descent, and he dead named somebody. She had that knocked on the door. Got a warning. If he was anybody else, he got arrested. No. Kyra went to sleep.
I think he fell out.
All right. The Mormon guy.
Hey. So, did you? I know you probably saw most of the Tim Pool, Jack Dorsey, Joe Rogan podcast, right?
Chunk, I haven't finished it yet, and I'm really interested in the one Pool did with what's his face, the gay guy on YouTube. I can't remember his name half the time.
Dave Rubin.
Yeah, Dave Rubin. I'm gonna watch that one. Yeah, I gotta watch them both. Yeah, I watched. I'm surprised. I was wrong. I'm surprised that he didn't take more shit. Yeah.
Well, one of the things that I think is Tim doesn't understand corporate culture, and as someone who works for a Fortune 500 company, I don't think he understands that the way this stuff gets spread is because headhunters look amongst different Fortune 500 companies and conventions to cross hire.
Okay.
So what I mean by that is in my company, we have a diversity office with the chief diversity officer.
Yeah.
And they go and have conferences in Silicon Valley talking with chief diversity officers from Apple, so on and so forth, and they come up with a consensus of how to move all these Fortune 500 companies into the future.
Okay, and it's all with ideology and not, I don't know, how to sell something.
Specifically in these areas, right? These conferences aren't being with the CEOs, they're not with the chief technical financial officers.
They're all with political hacks. They're all with guys with they're all with political hacks. Yeah, I figured that. My dad's a corporate man.
People.
My dad's a corporate man. He says that human resources have an unmitigated power. They're usually the least educated, the least useful, and they have unbelievable amounts of power, and they're always far left. And that seems to be a problem.
HR, so one of the things too that you have to realize too, HR governs how hiring policies work and promotions, right? So in my own company, you have to answer a question about how you promote diversity in the workplace.
Which should be illegal. Which should be illegal because they're trying to get an idea what your ideology is. And they shouldn't be hired. They shouldn't be. Yeah, that's criminal. They should get involved. They should shut that down. Any more than I should have to talk about my religion or anything else. That's what you have to do. You have to demand of your politicians that is illegal, because lefties have no problem finding out that you don't agree with them and you having a miserable life or not being involved in public life. They have no problem with it whatsoever. You know, you point out examples like Dankula and Tommy Robinson and people getting banned off of Twitter, and it's nothing. It's not that bad. You can say a cocksucker on the Tonight Show. There's your proof that is not a problem. That was such a brilliant thing Joe Rogan said. That was just one of the stupidest things I ever heard him say. I am still in shock. I'm surprised he hasn't taken more shit. I thought he was going to take a ton of shit. I guess he didn't.
Well, it's like I said, I think it's because him and Tim were basically on the same side, and everybody was really focused on what Jack and his
Well, the woman there made a fool of herself because she kept repeating herself. She never answered anything. She made a fool of herself. And I think Jack slips away again because Jack acted like, I had no idea you guys were this vague. How? Do you watch TV? You're in a tech company. How do you hell you know what's going on?
Question, he would look to her.
He'd look, yeah. How does he not know? How come he didn't prep before the fucking show? I don't believe.
Well, I don't blame him. I actually don't blame him.
Oh, I don't blame him for doing it because he could pass the buck on her, and he could always have her canned.
Yeah,
you know, I think we do ban people a little too quickly and what have you. It is an ideology, and I tell you another way, because the first interview, he's a sneaky interview. He takes you on long walks away from the subject and talks and meanders, goes on and on and on. Next thing you know, you just want to talk about anything else because you're running a podcast. SFTP golden rule: don't subscribe or don't subscribe or get the fuck out. Not today, but you're more than welcome to do it. All right, Mormon guy, thanks for the call. How's all your wives? How's all your wives?
In the dungeon, so check in.
That's hot. Hope you don't get me too. You and R. Kelly, you've been sitting in the same cell.
I know he has the same representation I do. So
okay. Yes. Yeah, God. God help me get out of this. God, if we're in trouble, we start talking about God.
Yes.
Woo! Everybody's talking about God. All right, talk to you later, Mormon guy.
See ya.
Good man, Mormon guy. Lord Vega.
Holy man.
The holy man.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
God's going to help me get 100,000 subs.
God's going to give me... Okay.
We've been praying.
I hope you guys been praying.
I've seen you wear the occasional crucifix. Don't give me that shit.
Oh, yeah, I got it around my neck. It's the one my
no, I got to fucking... No, I have to stop you right now. Hey, motherfucker, I didn't avoid a goddamn thing. I didn't get to... Tommy avoids the part where radical feminists were also getting banned for misgendering. Are they conservatives? No, they're not conservatives, but they're getting banned for the same thing, walking off the left-wing reservation, which fits in right with what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter if you're on the left. Yes, now they're Nazi right-wingers. So if you walk even a little bit off the reservation, the cult-like behavior clicks in no matter how liberal you've been in the past. Have you liked the fact that I addressed that? Okay. Those people, or that woman, and I didn't know there was more than one. There's a lot of women out there, a lot of radical feminists that are running around saying, I don't know if transgender men should be making, the rules in our movement, which is a reasonable point, by the way. They're losing their Twitter accounts. And I bet they don't get it back, even though Jack didn't know a thing. Did they get it back yet? It's a debate in the left. It shouldn't be a debate. You can say what you want. And you shouldn't have your life ruined or not get hired or be chased out of public life. That's your side, not mine. Lord Vega.
Tommy C, SFTP.
Yeah, what's happening?
Yeah, dude, the reason why I hopped in because you brought up this fucking podcast, dude.
Yeah.
Unbelievable what I was hearing. Like, it seemed reasonable. It seemed reasonable on the surface, right? As a conference, Tim Pool kept bringing it back. Like, no, you're lying. And I was like, get his ass, get that motherfucker. I was like in here, like, get hit. How many times have we had to retweet people or had to? I would be clueless that somebody was suspended off Twitter. We can go from Pyrocynical to Pacifist Duck. How many? You could probably make a list of 20 people. Each one of those, Shibe is on his 16th Twitter account. And he's talking about, oh, no, well, those interactions between people, joking around, context. These people are gone. First go.
They're gone.
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 So when I'm hearing them talk, I'm like, the planet is not political anything. Most of the people on Twitter are just there fucking around. The politics is what seeps into your timeline because it's toxic shit, and you can't help but see it every now and then.
Yeah. Well,
they're
pretending that's not happening, and everybody's overreacting, and that would be fine if there was no examples, but there's tons. Yeah,
everybody's
tons
caught
of
up.
examples.
As soon as
they're
I
acting
heard
like,
him
oh,
talk,
come on, this is just some conservative horse shit. Yeah, everybody's conservatives pulling the victim card and stuff like that. No, it's happening all the fucking time. By the way, when you talk, Tim Pool follows me on Twitter, and I'm gonna reveal DM. This is what I sent him. Kick ass! Kick ass! Go kick their ass! Yeah. That's what I sent him. I was really.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, he did. Well, I gotta say he did, and they kept. Did you see when the lawyer was like at certain points? She's just like, well, you know what? That's just something we're gonna have to review. It's almost like I'm not going to keep going with this particular subject because I got nothing.
If I can play Chubbs, you got me. We ain't changing it, and I'm going to change the subject by pretending to tap out. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, that's all it meant.
And then all you had to really do during the whole conversation was just say, "Okay, you're talking about this racist stuff. Let's go to Black Twitter."
Yeah.
Can you explain to me how all that shit is going on Black Twitter?
I don't know. I don't go.
You can probably go to any. I just call it Black Twitter because that's what I see on there, right?
Sure.
Like that's just fucking. As soon as somebody says anything, oh, this fucking cracker or this fucking whatever, this and this.
They say that.
And I think Joe Rogan.
I'm going to Black Twitter right now. It's the first one. Here's a break. Oh, R. Kelly. A happy New Year to me. Yeah,
R. Kelly.
Black Twitter seems to be doing just fine. Happy Sunday, everybody. Great. Yeah, Black Twitter's great. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
There's so many different sections of Twitter. It's great. It's like YouTube.
Yeah, there's a lot of different sections, but it's not really hard to do that because he even brought it up. He was like, "Oh, today didn't he say that? Before we came over here, I just looked." Or Tim Pool said that, right? Yeah. He said it's everywhere, and it's not just Black Twitter. I'm just bringing them up as an example. They could have brought up at the podcast to put them because what do you not want to do in public? Say anything about Black people. No. That is gonna fucking spark that community up, dude.
You really
because if you want to say, explain to me why they can get away with saying this, and that. Just go ahead, explain that.
Well, it's they don't care. The idea is the thing they kept saying is we don't care if you hold the beliefs. We care if you use targeted harassment. They never exactly define what targeted harassment is, and everybody that's been kicked off either right away or over time or whatever, it was always a case of targeted harassment, which they never explained deliberately.
Which is bullshit. It's just like the TOS from YouTube.
I'll be perfectly honest with you, and I don't want him kicked off. Every time, if you look at my interactions with Keemstar, right, I would think that falls under targeted harassment. He's trying to get people to fuck with me, right? Okay. By the way, I don't think just because he has a larger fan base, he shouldn't be allowed to challenge me or anything like that. But it's clearly here. He's clearly fucking with me. It's not over politics. It's not over any kind of ideology. He's trying to hurt my reputation. He's trying to destroy me. His Twitter's fine. His Twitter's fine. So don't give me that horse shit. The reason they didn't go, if he was doing the same thing in Trump's name, he would have been gone a long time ago. I said this, had he was a big Trump supporter, had he promoted Trump more going into 2016, I think they'd have took his account away.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think. Well, I gotta be fair on as far as what they were saying. They said the one point they brought up that I found interesting that might actually explain a lot of this shit would be, well, if we don't know if it's not reported. So the left, I guess, what I hate both those terms, right and left. I get it though, right? So if you were to say they're a little bit more butthurt than the right is, the right will just let you say whatever the fuck you want, probably battle with you. But the problem is you get baited, and then everybody reports you. You know what I mean? So then you get reported, but nobody on your side. Like if me, you, Willie Mack, Versts, everybody, if all of us were just talking shit to this person that was attacking us, we'd all get banned. Yeah, because we're not even thinking about reporting anybody. That's not even crossing your mind. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that, if it doesn't get reported, they won't do it. But everybody that's getting butthurt and they're baiting you, so they want you banned. They're little bitch pussies. Of course, they're gonna go that way.
I like there's this I don't mention a name. I wouldn't respond to her. There's this transgender on Twitter that's running around trying to get everybody arrested in Canada and United Kingdom. Anything they can do.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah, left's got no problem with that. The fact that we have laws instituted for any kind of what they call hate speech, which really can't be defined, and one of the reasons the Supreme Court says it doesn't exist, it's protected speech. Hate speech is protected speech, right? Is, like the fact that we have this going on, we have so many examples, and the left seems less and less concerned and acts like the cop in South Park and says, "Oh, there's nothing to see here." Is cause for concern, and that's when Tim Pool talks about a civil war. Well, when you can't talk and reason, people like the idea. Everybody wants a good country. Everybody wants a good America, right? And then you have another side that we can have a good America if the other people aren't here, or have no power or powerless. That's not going to end well for anybody.
Dude, how sad is it?
Yeah, it is sad.
We're here. How the fuck did this happen? You know what I mean? Like somehow we started appeasing people who couldn't, either one, couldn't take a joke, two, couldn't fend for themselves. I remember it was a joke, right?
It's not more than that. They can't take a joke, so they not being able to take a joke is actually power to them. Calling people a racist is power. It's not a matter of not being able to take a joke. It's a matter of this gives me power over others, and that's the ultimate goal. It's power.
No, I'm saying the way it started to go. You know what I mean? In my opinion, when you see like years back, it started to go with, well, I think he meant this when he said that. It's like, what do you mean? I don't think it was initially meant that way, but other people might have started to push it because of that reason. But it started off with that. People were sympathetic. They were like, why are you saying that? What is this joke? What did you mean by this joke? And it's like, nothing, dude. Was it Bill Burr? When they asked him in an interview that I seen him do, he's like, nothing, dude. I just go up there. I tell a joke. That's it. You're reading too much into this. What do you think about the joke?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's it. I'm just trying to make
because the people that piss and moan have power over Bill Burr. It makes them feel good. Green Man, I'm going to make everybody happy in the chat.
𝔻𝕣𝕊𝕙𝕒𝕣𝕧𝕒𝕒𝕣
There you go, chat. That's on me. Dead naming isn't a joke. I'm sure you can make it a joke. I'm sure a creative comedic mind. I'm sure a very creative comedic mind could come up with a dead naming joke. Could it be impossible? Maybe somebody's better at it than me.
Oh, dude, Tommy, have you not seen the Ricky Gervais dead name joke? It's on his Netflix special. Go check it out.
Okay, there you go.
He goes through the whole process, and of starting. It's about what's that bitch's name or the guy's name? Whoever, the Kardashian guy, girl, whatever.
Oh, Jenner. Bruce Jenner.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Bruce Jenner, Kylie Jenner, whatever. It's a joke about them because at one point he's like, let's not forget, I am talking about a 60-something-year-old man that ran somebody over, went home and popped on a dress. There you go. I think that was like almost the end of the joke, but the whole joke built up to pretty much like, I'm not making fun of transgender, dickhead. I'm making fun of a celebrity.
Well, if he's not making fun of transgender, then they don't have any power, and that's what this is about. It's about power. All right, man.
Yeah, but at the same time, you look at what's happening with people like Ricky Gervais, Bill Burr, and all these people that are just like, dude, whatever.
Nothing.
And that's the end of it, and they don't have any power.
Wait till they get
they're not like,
wait till they get locked
apologize.
Up. Wait,
sorry.
Wait till they get locked up, and then guys like fucking Running Riot and Green Man,
laughing on the grave,
or just pretend it's not happening, or they say, well, in this particular case, it was deserved. He did break the law, you know. Yeah, that was the whole point, not to install the law in the first place, because it's a bad idea and it can be used to, I don't know, attack your political enemies. All right.
And also, when somebody says straight up to your face, this isn't going to end well going down this route, because eventually you are going to say something. You, Mr. Guy that's holding this flag,
like the radical feminist, like the radical feminist got eaten alive. Yes, them. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Eventually, it's going to affect you, especially you.
Yeah, there's a no-win.
Yeah. For you white feminists and you white boys that are lefties, they're coming for you eventually.
Can we all agree white woke celebrities are the worst?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
100%.
Oh, well.
All right, I'm out of here. Thank you, man.
Thank you, Vega.
Take care.
Later.
You have 1 minute to make a statement and make yourself understandable.
Right, so the reason why we do not agree with the N-word being used is because it's dehumanizing to black people. The reason the dead name is dehumanizing to transgender.
So what? So what? It's free speech.
It's free speech, so like in a country like
yes,
America,
free speech covers hate speech or whatever you like, because you can't define hate speech.
That's good for America, but I don't want to talk about if like the legal implementation of this. I just want to talk about if this is a right or bad thing, what you've been doing. You weren't talking about the law, you're talking about this as like a bad thing.
You're changing the subject because we're talking about free speech, and that type of language, if you find it offensive, you candy ass, is protected and should be protected in Europe as well. Because, as I'll say it again, it could be used against your political enemies and is being used against political enemies. You are oppressing and silencing people that say mean things, but the real goal is to make them scared.
Tommy, how can dead naming someone, like prosecuting someone for doing that, help for a political cause? Just curious.
It's because you can hit anybody up with it. You could silence their speech. I made a bunch of political statements, and shut up! I'm answering the question. I just made a bunch of political statements. I'm clearly on the right, and then I made a dead naming joke. Now the other part could be censored because of the fucking joke. You can't grasp that. Can you grasp that? Because I'm not going in further with a circular conversation. Can you grasp that? Okay. Do you have anything else?
Okay, so but I would disagree with that there, because I just don't think that's fundamentally right. Because the reason that person would be in silence isn't because they're right-wing rhetoric. If they made that rhetoric by itself in isolation,
guess what? That's why you protect the red. That's why you protect the rhetoric, because you forget the joke, skip the joke. You could say you were insinuating and imprison them for hate speech. Don't you grasp that? Can you grasp that at all? Is your head that Scottish thick?
But 1 second.
You're a thick fucking Mick. You are a thick Mick. Thick as hell.
We're literally talking about dead naming, man.
Thick. Thick borg.
Right, so like anybody in the chat, okay?
Anybody can say anything they want. You know my stance. Bye.
I'll get dollar.
Jesus.
God damn it, Shavaga.
Madsen, you're on the air.
Hi, so I was just wondering, I know that you had like conflict with Bo Blacks and everything, and I was just a bit confused about the whole Instagram wake up thing. So what was it?
You're gonna have to go back. I don't have you're gonna have to go back. I could be in prison for calling him a thick Mick. I just thought of that. You're gonna have to go back. I can't review a 5-hour stream and all that, but there's plenty of information, and I'm glad you're here. I highly suggest that you check out Nick DeOrio's video, which is in the description box below, that takes the whole Instagram wake up thing, right? And it puts it in a nice, neat bow, much better than, because I do a talk show. I'm a talk show guy. I'm a streamer guy. Yeah. I don't do that. So that'd be the best way. All right. Anything else?
Thank you.
Yeah. That's
it. Thanks.
Oh, take care, man. Take care.
Have a good day.
I hope the Brits are so polite. Stereotypes. Maybe I should be in prison for that. Oh, there's Bearing in the chat. How convenient. So they call you an asshole, bigot, Nazi, a transphobe, but you're the hateful one, Steve.
I'm gonna go ahead and back up.
Those guys, like, you know what I'm really into lately? And he is much further left than I could ever hope to be. And he walks the plank. I am really into Atheism is Unstoppable videos of late. I'm really starting to enjoy his stuff. I don't agree with very much. He voted for Hillary Clinton, which I can't get my head around. But that being said, and he lives here with me in Germany, strangely enough. Highly recommend his videos, especially the one about he's an ex-soldier in the army, became an Antifa guy, ended up getting killed wearing a Smash the Patriarchy t-shirt in Eugene, Oregon. Maybe one of the best videos I saw this year. Unbelievable. It was shocking. Shocking. Why don't you call in, Bearing? I'd like to hear from you. That'd be nice. Let's see.
Hold on. Running Riot says Trump calls for the NFL to ban players who knee, but then conservatives hate Twitter for doing the same thing. No, the NFL players are under a contract.
Here's another thing. You see, they false. Look, I can't go take a fucking knee at work if I don't want to, right? And here's the thing: nobody's preventing them taking a knee, and you could make that same. They're using the same argument to silence people on Twitter. That's too funny. No,
their boss tells you to clean the floors and you sit there and take a knee. I'm pretty sure you're going to get fired.
Yeah. No. I'm sorry. They're there to do a job, not to make a political statement. You don't make political statements at work. I know in North Korea they do. I know in old Soviet Russia they do. You had to be get up in the morning and I don't know, go to the Lenin, the Stalin, to the Marx, to the Fischer. But you don't have to do the idea in a capitalist society. You just go to fucking work and you leave your politics at home. The NFL isn't a platform to shove your kooky values down everybody's throat. Running Riot. It's not there. It's not there. Now, there's a different argument, more sensible argument on Twitter, whether it's a platform or a publisher or whatever the fuck they are, depending on what congressman's talking to them. I'll be perfectly honest with you. If they're all happen to be left-leaning, if Mormon guy's right and they're all taking their cues from Seattle, then I think they need to be broken up and they need to be public. Wow, do I sound like a commie now? Because the left can't be trusted not to silence dissent. So, yeah, that's a very unconservative belief of mine. I don't think conservative anyway. The fuck I became a conservative. Played me conservative when the fucking lefties became lame-os. Yeah. Oh, I can't, Barry. I got to go to bed. It's like 9 o'clock at night over there. I'd love to talk to you sometime. You followed me on Twitter, but you keep on getting deleted because that fucking cunt Christy Winters. She's a peach. God, that stupid broad. I wouldn't mind having you on one time. It'd be funny. I have his music. You know that? On cue. He has a punk rock album. I guess he did it 10 years. I'm imagining he's in his mid-30s. Do you ever hear the whole song that he does? Did I send that to you? Yeah, I'm gonna suck his ass right now because I really love this. I didn't delete it, did I? Oh, let's see if I love it. I really love the song he goes at the end of his videos.
Oh yeah.
What is that song? That's fucking great, dude.
God, I haven't watched him in.
Yeah, he's really good. He's really good. He's making many videos as late. I guess he's back on the game. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. I really wish. I bought that. Right? I bought that. I bought your record from your old band, and I have it here somewhere. Thank you so much, Neptune. Blowback's always sounds like his underwear. It's a double try. All right. Yeah, he does. Oh man, I want to play the whole song. Maybe we'll I don't know, finish with it. Podcast, iTunes, GTV Music. No, I didn't. I might have put it on the other drive, and it's just gonna take fucking forever. Maybe we should play some old Warped Tour. I want to hear my old band.
Yes.
Yeah, you do. Sure.
You gonna play some Knife Collection?
Would you like to hear some Knife Collection?
Yes,
I would love to hear some Knife Collection.
Oh, here's the Knife Collection. I don't know why you guys like this. I get embarrassed when I hear this.
That's why we like it.
Watch somebody claim me. It's about a girl. Did you get the reference? You get the metaphor? I never liked that effect that he dropped in. Always bothered me.
What don't kill you gonna make you stronger? Yeah, what don't kill you gonna make you stronger?
You can totally hear the Jersey accent now. Ooh, you're stronger. Yeah. How you doing?
Kill you gonna make you stronger. Yeah, what don't kill you gonna make you stronger?
Tell you what, Running Riot, you should be pressing the Olympics. Maybe it seems like you want blood. It really does. It seems like you want blood. Because here's the thing. When you start taking people's speech away and you start putting them in prison, there's only one alternative.
Oh, you didn't see his comment before. If you disagree with Twitter, then don't use it. I've never made a tweet in my life and only recently got on just to follow Tommy. I don't have a Facebook account for the same reason, because I'm actually pro-free speech for everyone, not just
I'm pro-free speech, so I don't engage in the public forum. But I don't care what happens to people who do. Brilliant.
Yeah!
Yeah! Satan! Here's the click. Oh, God, that's obnoxious.
Ricochet says New Jersey is just another borough.
Yeah, he kind of is in a lot of ways. He's not right. He's not wrong. This is another one. We call this run and hide. Guess why? I don't know. This is my favorite one.
Kevin Blanco says Tommy C live Warp Tour 2020.
Yeah, it was about 2000. That was the goal. Getting the fucking Warp Tour. Yes, it was. But those days are long over. I grew up, became a lame-o, just like all my friends with their fucking kids. I'm not letting my kid play Fortnite. Might grow up and shoot up the whole school. Back in 1998, I was growing down on other chicks just to make other guys laugh. My son is gonna go to Harvard. I don't let him play video games. Good night, everybody. I'm a good person now. I don't do cocaine. I don't do that stuff. Good night, everybody.